Well, good evening, folks. I decided to do this video following up a lot of new information that we learned today about basically witches and witchcraft in our society and our culture. And this video I saw of Kim K a couple weeks ago was in trending. I sometimes just watch what's trending to see what they're pushing. And so I'm not really a follower of pop culture. I don't have a TV, but I am on YouTube, obviously, and will keep an eye on what's trending just to see what is being pushed upon the people. And this is one of the most disturbing videos that I've ever seen. I have it muted. I am claiming the Fair Use Act on copyright infringement. This is a just expose on who these people truly are, who they serve, who is over their household, as you will clearly see. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that all of the animal symbology that they use have meanings. So I had seen this video and saw another expose on this video that opened it up even more and gave me more understanding. So, and then yesterday I watched another video, so I'll link it all together here in just a sec. But first of all, I just want to bring up the fact that this 88 is a big number for them. It is the double analemma, the analemma, when in the middle of the analemma is when all of the eclipses occur. So these are very powerful conjunction dates for the occult, this 88. So the first thing, this is just like 11 seconds into it, she's showing that her dad wrote this. I cut your hair on this date. And obviously cut quite a bit of it off. So, whoopity-doo. So the first thing that she's going to do is show us some photos that her daughter took or painted. And I'm really not sure how old her daughter is. But the first photograph that she shows was phenomenal.
Can you have apple pie, Mom? Or are you allergic to apple pie?
I'm not going to have that right now.
Okay.
Maybe later. Yeah, yes. So, anyway, she's bragging about how she's got a White House, even though her kids... Whatever. Okay, here it is. Okay, so the first painting seems really nice, right? Which, I mean... The writing, how she writes her name, I mean, this is phenomenal. She's got to be taking private art classes. But if she is taking private art classes, why isn't she learning to write her name a little nicer? I don't know. Just seems a little odd. These seem like very, very amazing paintings that her daughter's doing. So the first two seemed really nice. And then they have a wolf. Now, we all know who the wolf symbolizes, right? Wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay. And then the next one. Oh, a bearded dragon. A dragon. A red dragon. Okay. And then she tells us, oh, recently, let me back this up. Recently, North had COVID, and she did this. Oh my gosh. Now, if any of you have worked with children and know anything about child psychology, can't get it to stop at the right place. You know that kids aren't just going to be forthcoming with their understanding of their own psyche. You have to get kids to get involved in play or art and start bringing up the issue that you're trying to deal with. And through their play or art, they're going to give you pieces of information about what's really going on inside their psyche. So, seeing this kind of art coming from a child is horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Just the fact that it's black and white and made of charcoal, which, by the way, is part of what's in graphene, which is how all of this connects. It all connects. But the graphene, I'm not going to talk about on this video, but coming out of a portal is this completely creepy child with absolutely hijacked consciousness. Okay, she's got the possessed eyes with no pupil, no iris, a third eye that's like floating around, marked on her forehead, the tear coming down symbolism, one eye symbolism, fangs, and a snake tongue coming out of a disembodied head. I mean, there's so many creepy things about this image. So many. That if you don't see there's something demonic going on in this house, then you're willfully blind to it. So then she goes on and she takes us in her drawing room, and here, right here. This is her sitting room, where she has this chest full of, well, you saw her hair, which is also a very common witchcraft thing, to cut someone's hair off. And she has all of her family's, books and history, them growing up, all of this. Well, look, the only thing they have framed here is 3 claw marks. 3 claw marks. Now, when I did a search, I think it was DuckDuckGo is what I usually use, on what do 3 scratches mean or symbolize, it came up with, that means that you're demonically marked and possessed for demonic activity and destruction, that you're marked for destruction. So she literally is proudly displaying the mark of demonic entities. Okay, so I kind of sat with this because I was like, well, this is just some, I think that I'll even look it up right now. Oh, this is what we were looking at. One of the kids were learning this information. Just 3 scratches mean. Oh, I think this is it because it's purple. See, this is the very first thing that I looked into. And it says you might dismiss it sometimes, but have you ever had these unexplained scratches on your body? And he asked a bunch of people and did a poll and found out that there was quite a few people that have had these happen, where they wake up and find a bunch of scratches on their body and have written it off as, something they did in the yard or the cat, blah, blah, blah. Demonic scratch marks are random and particular. They're red, superficial, or deep, and resemble claw marks or 3 snarled lines. They frequently appear on the following areas of the body of babies, children, and adults. And then they go on, and look at that, how crazy. And then they go on to say that they had even found scratch marks on, see here, signifies destruction and is the mark of a demon. Anything or anyone that has been marked is meant to be taken down or destroyed. And see, this says take a look at the items in your house. Be sure to examine them carefully. You may notice large scratches. Yeah. F means fall. Interesting. So these are common marks and meanings. So I was like, well, that's like super creepy. Well then, and part of my rejection of all this is I've been rejecting people that have occult symbolism all over their anywhere, their symbols, their logos, all of this stuff. Well, I'm watching this comedian, and I'll show you in just a second why I started. Yes. Yeah. I'll show you why I started even questioning, why I paused this frame to see what he was standing on. Because I got just a weird feeling about this. Now, this is a mainstream comedy channel called Crown TV. So these are all supposed to be Christian. Everybody. This is all supposed to be for Christians. And he is talking quite a bit about God and his quote-unquote faith. And just the way that he came across made me go, well, I wonder what he's standing on, what that big symbol is. And I had to wait. You see, it didn't come up here till about 12 and a half minutes. But it was right after he said that he had faith in God. And then it immediately showed this rug here of the dragon. And if you notice how many claws the dragon has here, it's only 3 claw marks. So yeah, I think we know what exactly Kim K was putting over her house and her home. And if anybody thought Kanye's conversion was real, I'm telling you, these Freemasons and these witches get dressed up and come to our churches and even teach and preach in our churches because they're to infiltrate us. They are cursing us. They are purposefully, see, now the whole agenda of this, he started making fun of all these white people, and it's causing race divide. And you can't find any kind of new comedy that isn't pushing the agenda of race division or the acronym denying physiology and biology, pushing that agenda. And so, of course, the climate change agenda. I mean, there's quite a few. The space agenda, any of them that have proven to be lies pushed by the propaganda machine. Well, you can probably bank on that they are getting paid to do that job. They were put in that position. I just learned this whole country and our English language has been specifically built so that we're speaking curses into our own lives. And I'm rejecting it. I'm absolutely rejecting it. So let me just back up to minute 12 here to where he goes into.
It's like, boom, and he's like, all right, you're straight. I became a Christian in high school when I was 16 years old, and I had a little tiny bit of faith in God. I didn't have like awesome, big time faith. Like Isaiah.
Huh. Okay. He didn't have faith in God. It pans out to this dragon, which he's standing on, which he knelt down on. Where did he kneel down? He actually knelt down and said a prayer on this dragon. And that's the thing, is they're going to sound like a Christian. They're going to speak like a Christian. But what God are they talking about? Here.
And pray for that injured player on the other team, because we as a Christian school wanted to show that other school that we were willing to pretend like we cared about them.
See, and this is just the mockery, part of the mockery, that they literally speak the opposite of what truth and wisdom from the scriptures speak. See, here he's making all these Christians that are watching him laugh at the fact that we really are truly supposed to care about everybody. But him, his sports team winning is more important to him. And so he's pretending while he kneels on a rug of a dragon. I mean, this is why they look down on us, because we sit here and laugh while they mock us to our face. I mean, I would ask this guy if he was a witch if I was at this show, because I couldn't even get through 12 minutes before rejecting it, because I do not believe that this is the spirit of Yeshua and in the spirit of the God I serve. Stay woke, folks.